See, we all know that Maharishi has given a lot of practices for us to achieve the perfection in life. Actually, if you look at the practices what he has given, Manavalakkalai or the simplified Kundalini Yoga, Maharishi has given this 4 practices as a part of Sky or Manavalakkalai. We can say this is meditation, introspection, sublimation, and perfection. So, Maharishi has given he has written a lot of poems. Let us take one poem in Tamil. I think I have just loosely translated it into English. It is called, the title is Arivil Muzhumai Eida, which means to achieve perfect consciousness. So what he has given is, in this poem he has given, virtue is nothing but the combination of morality, duty, and charity. And if you look closely, you can understand that morality is inclusive of duty and charity. And he says that only morality shall give success in life and shall give noble offsprings. And also morality will enlighten divine consciousness in us, shall elevate us to attain perfection. So this is the loose translation. In Tamil it is written, he has given us Vazhukkam, Kadamai, Eegai என்ற மூன்றும் ஒன்றிணைந்து உயர் நெறிய அறம் என்றாகும். ஒழுக்கத்தில் கடமை ஈகை இரண்டும் உள்ளடக்கி இருப்பதை உற்றுப்பாரீர். ஒழுக்கமே வாழ்வில் என்றும் வெற்றி நல்கும் உயர் மக்கள் செல்வமும் அளிக்கும். மேலும் ஒழுக்கமே இறை உணர்வில் ஒளி உண்டாக்கி உயர்த்தி அறிவில் முழுமை எய்த வைக்கும். So we will go through this short presentation and then we will come again to this particular poem in his Jnana Kalandiyam. Then we will understand what Maharishi has given in this one. So let us go to this. So what is virtue? If you look at virtue, how the dictionary or the explanation given, in the Cambridge it says, it's a good moral quality in a person or the general quality of being morally good. This is the explanation given in the dictionary. And another explanation is, virtue is thinking and doing what is right and avoiding what is wrong. And then if you go to the Wikipedia, what Wikipedia says about virtue is a trait of excellence, including traits that may be moral, social, or intellectual. The cultivation and refinement of virtue is held to be the good of humanity and thus valued as an end purpose of life or a foundation principle of being. So Wiki says that virtue is a basic quality which we have to have in our life. So it is a foundational principle of being. So the way we live or whatever we do is the basic is virtue. This is what is given in the Wikipedia. And then if you look at this particular picture, you can say a lot of things are related to virtue in this: integrity, faith, justice, moral, hope, candor, honesty, character, charity, truth, greatness, ethics, temperance, behavior. So all these things are called as virtues by various people and by various things. And then let us look at some of the quotes about virtue by various scholars before we go to Maharishis. So what is Confucius telling? Superior man thinks always of virtue, common man thinks of comfort. So in this, we can understand that Confucius is linking virtue with the superior man. So whoever is always thinking of virtue is a superior man. So he differentiates between common man and superior man through the virtue. And then what Aristotle says is, the greatest virtues are those which are most useful to other persons. So in this saying, we can understand that it's a noble cause of helping others. So this is what he is giving us virtues. And then Epictetus is a great scholar. To live a life of virtue, match up your thoughts, words, and deeds. So we have to, whatever we think, whatever we speak, and whatever we do, it should match with the what we do in life. So this is by him. And then another scholar, wisdom is knowing what to do next, and then virtue is doing it. So here also he gives a very good explanation, like, okay, it is not only bookish knowledge. So wisdom is knowing what to do, but virtue is doing it. So this is the explanation given by David Starr Jordan. And then Plato, what he says is, all the gold which is under or upon the earth is not enough to give in exchange for virtue. So Plato says that there is no value, means virtue is valueless. So there is no value. He equates that with the gold. So all the gold below the earth or upon the earth cannot be equated to virtue. So virtue is so important as per him. Then maybe a few more. Gratitude is not the only greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others. So this scholar says that we should have the gratitude should be the basis of all virtues. And then the greatest are those most useful to other persons. And then who sows virtue reaps honor. This is by Leonardo da Vinci. So when we look at all those things, all these sayings, we can understand the importance of virtue by various scholars. Now let us look at what Maharishi is giving as a virtue. So we all know that we human beings, we evolved from animals, and we all human beings we are all living in groups, and we cannot survive on ourselves as a single person. So we are living as a society with the help of each other in this society. So another thing is, whatever we do, the efforts, it is not only for the benefit of the individual, it is also benefiting the whole society, but not only the individual. And then if you look at the difference between animals and human being, actually animals, they use the natural resources as it is available to them. They are not having that talent or thing to change the naturally occurring things according to the need of the time. But only human being with our sixth sense, we are able to convert things occurring in nature to the benefit of our society as per the time. So we can know about all the inventions, whatever is happening, and the science has progressed. It is only because of the ability of the human beings to convert naturally available things to various advanced things which will be useful for our society. For example, we were traveling by road or by bullock cart, and then we started traveling by motor car slowly, then air travel came. So this is how we started using the naturally occurring things. So when we do this kind of changes of or when we modify things which are occurring in nature to suit our needs, there should be we may end up in problems also, because this kind of things, it can cause harm or confusions or some kind of issues to the human population or the humankind. So what Maharishi is telling is, even though this conversion or the change of or modifying the naturally occurring things according to the time is an important thing, but when we do this, we shall not have any issues or problems. And he says that the virtue is the one which is required to avoid these kind of problems which can happen when we use or when we convert the naturally occurring things to the benefit of human being. So Maharishi says that virtue is the important thing which will avoid all the problems that can occur to the human being. And then what Maharishi says is, see, all the religions in the world evolved only to protect this virtue. So in order to inculcate this virtue in us only, the religions got evolved in this world. So what Maharishi says is, there are three virtues. Virtues consist of three things, which is morality, duty, and charity. These are the three virtues as per Maharishi. So let us go through the. Another thing is, what is morality? It is nothing. Let us look at morality. What morality as per English dictionary or other scholars? Morality is nothing but a system of values, normative rules, or principles according to which intentions or behaviors are judged to be good, bad, right, or wrong. So this is an explanation about morality. And then morality is a set of personal or social standards for good or bad behavior and character. So this is the explanation about morality. And one of the scholars says compassion is the basis of morality. So morality is nothing but the rules or principles to be judged good or bad. And then there is another scholar who says, without a moral compass, man is lost. So morality is very important for a human being, because without a compass, if we travel, we will get lost in the jungle and we will not be able to reach the destination. So morality is very, very important as per this scholar. And then what Maharishi says about morality. What Maharishi says is, for every action, there is a result. So there is no action without any result. So every action brings a result, and he has explained it very clearly with the cause and effect principle in our system. So what Maharishi says is, whenever we do any action, the action should not cause pain to anybody or self or others. So what Maharishi says is, no action should therefore be a reason for pain or injury to self or others, either physically or mentally, not immediately or later after performing the action. So why this Maharishi has explained is, that is, we know what are sinful deeds or good deeds. So whatever we do, if it causes pain to others. So he has given a very simple formula for punya or papa, which is nothing but virtuous deeds or sinful deeds. So Maharishi gave a very simple formula. Whatever we think, we speak, or we do, if it causes harm to self or others, either physically or mentally, or today or later in the time, this is called a sinful deed. And what is virtuous deed is, which is not causing any harm, is a virtuous deed as per Maharishi. So we know, we actually, before following the simplified Kundalini Yoga or Maharishi teachings, there are a lot of confusions for us between what is good deed, what is sin, what is punya papa. With this very simple explanation, which is in the like our twofold moral principle, if we don't do any, our thought, word, or deed, if it is not harmful to anybody or self today or later, it is a sinful deed. So this kind of very clear explanation of what is a virtuous deed and what is a sinful deed, it has helped us in carrying out our day-to-day actions, even thinking, not only doing the actions. Maharishi says thought, word, and deed. So it is very important. And this character or this kind of explanation helps us human being to become more, not to commit sins or not to trouble others or self in this. And what Maharishi says is, morality is nothing but madittu seyalatrudal. What he says is, we have to respect others and then we have to act properly. I think in Tamil he has written as, morality is nothing but madittu seyalatrudal. So we should respect others and others' feelings, and we have to carry on our actions. So this is also a basic requirement of morality. And then next thing what Maharishi says is duty. So duty, as per the English dictionary, it is a moral or legal obligation. It is a responsibility. Duty is a task or action that one is required to perform as a part of one's job. This is also another explanation. And then there is one more explanation which says that duty is a commitment or expectation to perform some action in general, or if certain circumstances arise, performing one's duty may require some sacrifice of self-interest. This is the explanation of duty in the Wikipedia. So what Wikipedia says is, a duty is a commitment or expectation to perform. And then when doing this kind of duty, we may have to have some sacrifice of self-interest. So this is like selfless duty. Then what Maharishi says about duty. What Maharishi says is, duty is nothing but due to the society. We all know that nobody can live in this world without the help of others. So right from the time we are born till our end, we are always connected with our society, and we take the benefit of everybody's collective work from the society, and we are able to enjoy this life in the present birth. For example, if you look at after our birth, when we go to school, or suppose on a day-to-day basis, if we look at how when we eat, when we take that first in your hand, and if you think about how many people's work it is, this food comes to our plate with after so many people's work. It is not with single person's help, even though one can say that, no, I have money, we bought this food, but even if you have money, we cannot eat it. So somebody has to do the work, somebody has to pack it, somebody has to do all these things, and it has to be cooked by another person before it comes to the plate. So Maharishi, there is one simple poem he has given, Orupidi Unavil Ulagathai Kandida. So when you take one small portion of food, you can understand how many people's work is behind this, getting this food in our plate. And then there is one more poem in Gnana Kalanjiyam. In Tamil it says, Kadamaiye Unarndiru, Kalathil Seidiru, Udambukkum Nallathu, Ullamum Amaithiyam. So if you loosely translate, it says, realize duty, complete on time. That will be good for physical health, as well as it shall get peace of mind. So what Maharishi says is, if you do our duty properly, we can have a better health, and we can get peace of mind also. So duty is very important, because it is, since this is nothing but we have to give it back to the society as duty. And Maharishi has explained duty in simple way as 5 duties. Maharishi has given duty in 5. That is duty to self, duty to family, duty to our relatives, duty to the society, and then duty to the world. So Maharishi has given, we have to do duties in this order only. For example, duty to self. Doing duty to self is it's very, very important, because if we don't do duty to ourselves, for example, if you don't do exercise properly, and if we are falling sick, we will be depending on others. So in order to take care of ourselves, we have to do the duty to ourselves first. So this is important. And then next he says, after doing the duty to self only, next priorities for the family. And as per Maharishi, family is husband, wife, children, parents of both husband and wife. So this is the family definition by Maharishi. After the duty to self, the next is to the duty to the family. And then he says that duty to the relatives. So even brothers, sisters, everybody is coming in the third, which is duty to the relatives. And then comes the society, and then comes to the world. So what Maharishi says is, he has given a simple poem also, and we have to do the duty in this order only, without affecting each other. So why he is telling like this is, suppose if one person, somebody is not taking care of self, and then trying to help the society. For example, he doesn't bother about self or family, and then he goes to the society and starts helping them. He is doing sins there, as per Maharishi, because duty to self is not done, duty to the family is not done. When we ignore this, we are adding sins. So Maharishi has given this very clearly. This is the sequence we have to do, and He says that one shall not affect the other. Duty to others should not affect the duty to self. So which means we cannot or we shall not go and serve others without taking care of ourselves first and the family. So this is also very clearly explained, because somebody may misunderstand that, okay, I am trying to do good to the society. What is wrong in this? Okay, it is not wrong, but ignoring the duty to self and the family, it is wrong, because we are not doing our duties properly. So this order Maharishi has given very clearly. So this is the explanation given to us by Maharishi on duty. And then charity. Then the third one is charity. So what is charity? We all know what is charity. Charity is nothing but the generosity and helpfulness, especially towards the needy or suffering. See, if you look at this, actually the human being, we have the compassion. We can understand the pain of others, unlike animals. So this character in us, where we can understand the problem of others or the pain of others, we can help them by this charity. So what the explanation says is, charity is nothing but the benevolent goodwill towards or love of humanity. So this is also charity. And then the practice of charity is the voluntary giving of help to those in need as a humanitarian act, unmotivated by self-interest. So this is another explanation. So without having any self-interest, if we are trying to help others, this is charity. It is not that if we give something to somebody, they should give it back or they have to praise us. So that becomes a business deal. But without expecting anything back, without any self-interest, whatever we are trying to do to others is charity. And what Maharishi says is, there is no need for giving only money as a charity. For example, even if we are not able to help by money, we can bless others. So Maharishi has given a very, very good principle of blessings. Even if somebody is there any part of the world, we are not going to help them. We are not able to help them in person or in kind. Even these blessings will help them to alleviate the problems. So this is also one of the charity. It can be also counted as charity, not only the actually helping in kind or in money or in things. And Maharishi says that at least 1% of our earning to be dedicated for charity. So charity, what it does is, in this kind of selfless charity, selfless support to the society, it is required now, because there is a lot of divide in the society. So people are not able to be on their own. There are a lot of issues. So this charity will help in bringing it will try to reduce the gap in the society. The gap between the rich and poor is growing. So whatever Maharishi has taught us, we shall be able to follow these acts. So if we go back to the first, when we started this, the poem by Maharishi. So what he says is, to achieve perfection of consciousness. So virtue is nothing but the combination of morality, duty, and charity. So if we look closely, you can understand that morality is inclusive of duty and charity. So duty and charity is included in the morality. So like the explanation, whatever we have discussed today, if you look at the morality, it says it is inclusive of duty and charity. So the various explanations by scholars or by Maharishi itself, we have understood that morality is including the duty and charity. And then he says, only morality shall give success in life and shall give noble offspring. So it will help us in the next generation also. And then morality will enlighten divine consciousness in us and shall elevate us to attain perfection. So by following the virtuous principles provided by Maharishi, which is morality, duty, and charity, let us follow this and try to achieve the perfection of consciousness, which is the last step in Maharishi's Manavalakalai or Sky Yoga principle, which is meditation, introspection, sublimation, and perfection, and attain the goal of life of understanding or achieving the consciousness. Be blessed by that event. Thank you very much for this opportunity.